All right, what's going on, guys? We got some, I would say, pretty big leaks about the upcoming Call of Duty. We've been hearing a little bit here and there for the last couple months, but now it's really getting close to that time where the real information starts dropping. I'm thinking we probably get the actual reveal trailer within the next couple weeks or so. It usually drops in June, so that will clear up a lot of this information. But as of right now, here are the current leaks, because yesterday, actually, some pretty big stuff dropped. So here's the situation, right? So apparently the next Call of Duty that is dropping this year is going to be called Black Ops 7, and it's going to be like a continuation of Black Ops 6, and it's going to be set to be in the year 2035, which, if you remember, Black Ops 2 was set in 2025. Of course, we're actually in 2025 now, like in real life. That's where we are, so that's kind of crazy to think about, actually. But it's going to be a continuation of Black Ops 6, so it's going to carry over the Omni movement, and on top of all of that, apparently it's going to add in wall running, which I do have a clip of what it could possibly look like. You might have seen this on Twitter already. It was kind of going viral yesterday. I will play that clip in a second, but it's going to also have remastered Black Ops 2 maps with a futuristic theme, and then it also is going to have some original, like, brand new maps as well. So first of all, let me play this wall running clip for you, and I'm going to kind of talk over it. So I don't know exactly how they got this. I guess it's already in the files for Black Ops 6, and then they just, do whatever they do. They get in the private match and they activate it or whatever the fuck, I don't know. But this is probably very similar, at least, to what the wall running plus Omni movement might look like in Black Ops 7. Obviously, this is on Black Ops 6, but it is in continuation. It's already in this game. They're already, been working on the new game. It should look something comparable to this. So I kind of just want to give you some general thoughts and concerns about all this, right? So first, let's do the maps, because this is easy, right? People have been asking for a remastered Black Ops 2 game for like 10 years now. And it seems like we're kind of getting that with this game. Like, not exactly, but this is probably the closest that we'll ever get. Like, they're not willing to just completely remaster the game, obviously. They've only done that one time with COD 4. I really don't think we're going to see that again. So this is like the next best thing. Okay, like, that's cool. Like, I'm happy to see all of the Black Ops 2 maps come back. I think it's very comparable to what they did last year in MW3. They just remade all the original MW2 maps and threw them in that game. I will say, though, last year we basically got like a one-to-one copy, at least visually, of how they looked. Maybe a few small changes here and there. They did add doors, which is kind of a significant change. It does, change it a little bit. But visually, the maps were the same. They didn't, do anything to how they look. This time, it says they are going to be remastered with a futuristic theme. So it's not going to look the exact same visually, which I don't really care too much about. The important part is the actual layout of the map. So as long as they're not making too many changes to that, we're good. Now, one concern I do want to bring up, speaking of that, is I do have to wonder if they're going to make some slight changes to the maps in order to accommodate the wall running. Like, for example, if you remember Nuketown in Black Ops 3, in the middle of the map, right above B-Dom, on the side, there was like an additional wall that they added in specifically so you can wall run across the whole middle of the map. So you kind of have to wonder if there will be some more slight adjustments like that to all the Black Ops 2 maps in order for the wall running to actually work, because the original BO2 maps were not made with wall running in mind. Like, if you just visualize all those maps right now, pick any map you want, there's not really that many spots to actually utilize wall running, right? So if they want to try to change the maps a little bit in order to add some wall running spots and stuff, I guess that would make sense. I don't know if that's what they're planning on doing or not. I actually went back and watched some Black Ops 3 gameplay because they did remake a couple BO2 maps in Black Ops 3. They did Standoff, Raid, Hijacked, and then Nuketown, obviously. So I literally went on YouTube, and I watched some old gameplay from those maps, and nobody was really wall running on those maps. They were using the jetpacks, obviously, but it played very similar to Black Ops 2, even though there was jetpacks and there was wall running. They were using the jetpacks, but I honestly, I watched like 5 or 6 videos, and I don't even know if I saw a single person really wall run anywhere on those maps. Unless the map specifically was altered for you to use it. Like I gave you the Nuketown example. Another example that I saw was on the Hijacked remake. You know, on the outer part of the boat on Hijacked, there's like that little walkway that you can cross. In Black Ops 3, there's like a hole in the middle of the boat and it's cut off. So in order to cross that walkway, you have to wall run on the side of the boat to get to the other side. So unless they do stuff like that, I'm not even sure how much the wall running will be utilized with these old maps, because like you just really can't, you know what I mean? There's no opportunity to use it. So that's why it's kind of hard to say exactly how it will play out without knowing that information. Personally, I think if they were gonna bring back wall running, they should have just brought back the Black Ops 3 maps. You know, those maps are already built for it. Like for example, you have Redwood, where they have those panels literally placed on the map, and the purpose of them is for you to wall run to get to different places on the map. Or Combine, in the middle of the map, they have that wall so you can get to the other side of Combine. You know what I mean? Like, they have already built those maps with wall running in mind, so it actually makes sense. The BO2 maps don't really have any stuff like that, so I don't know. Personally, I think it would have been smarter to just do the BO3 maps. So that's kind of my analysis of the situation, but let me give you a little bit of my opinion now, right? I like the remastered Black Ops 2 maps idea. I don't even mind the fact that they're changing them visually. That's fine. Black Ops 2 has some of the best maps that we've ever had, so that's like great that they're bringing them back. And some of these Black Ops 2 maps have never even been remade or remastered before, so there's going to be some that we haven't seen in a long time that are like kind of low-key pretty good maps, and we just haven't seen them in a while. So I'm really happy with that aspect of it. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm a fan of this wall running aspect. It's hard to say before we see exactly how it's going to be implemented, but I think it's a risky move. It could be terrible and it could ruin the game. It could also be like very fun and very useful, and it could make the game better. Or maybe it's just not that impactful at all, and you know, the wall running is only used sparingly in certain situations. You know, it's just kind of hard to say without seeing it. But for me personally, I think if we're going to go this direction where, you know, we're trying to, you know, get the movement up and everything, I think I would prefer if we just straight up brought back jetpacks. You know what I mean? Like, forget all this extra shit. You're making it way too complicated with the Omni movement and then the wall running and all that. We don't need all that. Just AW jetpacks. Bring that back. Nice and simple jetpacks. If that's the direction we want to go, like, I'd rather just do that. I think the wall running without the jetpacks is kind of weird, because a lot of the wall running you do is because of elevation. You rarely wall run at ground level. That's not really that helpful. You know, you would high boost jump up first, and then you would run up, you know, way up high on the buildings or on the side of the walls of the map or wherever. You know what I mean? Like, for example, on Fringe, you would get up high on the wall off the break, and you would jump and chow mid, and you'd be up in the air, or, you know, you could be in the high up in the alley going towards the hard point on Fringe, or even in the train tracks, you would be high up and you could chow the people down low. But if you can't elevate with the jetpacks, I don't really know how useful like a low wall run would be. You know what I mean? It's not really the same. So I don't know. It might be kind of weird. It's kind of just a wait and see. Let's see what happens. But I will say I'm very happy about the Black Ops 2 remastered maps. I know we've all seen like Raid and Nuketown and Slums and Standoff a bunch of times, but there's like some sleeper maps that we don't really see. Like, I thought this game, Black Ops 6, was supposed to have Yemen. I don't know what happened to that, but there's some other like decent maps on Black Ops 2 that we don't really see, like Plaza. I always thought Plaza was a pretty solid map. There's some other maps on there I'm probably forgetting off the top of my head right now, but like there's some other maps on there that I'd like to see back. There were some decent maps that, you know, we don't really ever see remastered. So, and of course, like, I'm not going to complain that Raid's in the game. Like, that's one of the best maps they've ever made. It should be really good for competitive next year now that like Raid, Standoff, Slums, and all that is in there. Rank play should be fun for the first month until all the hackers take over, but you know what I mean? Like, competitive should be really nice next year. The maps is very good. The wall running, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. That's kind of my thoughts right now. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Check out my last video if you missed it. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.